With the world's fourth largest population, a passionate football fan base and a talented pool of players able to be selected through ancestry, could Indonesia be the surprise qualifiers for the 2026 FIFA World Cup?
Hello and welcome to Football Now. The best of Asian football was on display here in Qatar earlier this year at the AFC Asian Cup. One team who caught the eye were Indonesia, despite currently being sat 129th in FIFA's world rankings. And since then, they've had an impressive start to their World Cup qualifying campaign, including a draw away in Saudi Arabia and at home to Australia, in front of thousands of passionate fans in Jakarta. So can Indonesia continue to defy the odds and become the lowest ranked team ever to qualify for a FIFA World Cup?
I think they can. I mean, we've seen from them already that ability to hang on and hold on against some of the bigger sides and get results. I think they're finally strong enough in terms of realizing what they actually want to do and what they can achieve if they get a bit of quality on board. Shin Tae-yong coming in was huge. I think he adds a lot of experience. We know about his time with the South Korean national team, what he was able to do there. And when he first came in with the Indonesian national team, he was very good at actually bringing through a lot of the younger players, the likes of Witan Sulaiman, Marcelino Ferdinand, were all given opportunities on the senior international stage to actually grow and develop. So he wasn't afraid of taking out some of the older players who had been there and refreshing the squad and giving them that confidence to grow and develop. When you actually look at the group, when you look at the quality that Indonesia have, they're well capable of sneaking into that fourth spot. It's really a battle between Bahrain, Indonesia and China. I think Indonesia at the moment are better than what China can provide. Third or fourth, probably fourth could be something that they'll be looking to try and fight for.
Back in 1938, and known as the Dutch East Indies, Indonesia were the first ever Asian team to qualify for the FIFA World Cup. It's been many years since the country gained independence, but they've been unable to keep that momentum. In 2016, Indonesia's world ranking plummeted to a lowly 191. However, in recent years, their fate has slowly turned after qualifying for the 2023 Asian Cup. They have seen a steady rise from 175th in 2017 to their current position of 129.
So, what's behind this resurgence in Indonesian football, and how sustainable is it in the long term?
It's always going to be a challenge when you're dealing with one of the most populous countries in the world, and also people are spread out over various different islands and various different geographies. So trying to get all of them to sort of come together is also always going to be a bit of a challenge in that sense. But I think it has the potential to be sustainable, because when you look at the age profile of the players that they're actually giving citizenship to, these are all younger players. You know, likes of Stroik J. Noah, the central defender. Martin Paes, the goalkeeper, is 26. So, you know, he's going to have some time with the side as well. So it's a younger generation of player coming through from Europe to help contribute, help out the Indonesia on the senior international stage. But at the same time, they can't forget that they need to develop their own core talent of players, and they need to be given opportunities. These young players who are developed by the Indonesian system to eventually go on and play for the national team, because I think that gives supporters and fans a little bit more of an element of pride. You know these kids, you know these guys have gone through the ranks, you know the difficulties that they've gone through to get to that stage. And I think that makes their success on the international stage a lot better.
The effects of their passionate fan base are not just being felt in Indonesia. The recent signing of Rafael Stroik by Australian club Brisbane Roar has seen their social media presence skyrocket. On September 16th, they had 69,000 accounts following them on Instagram. 2 days after the arrival of Stroik, that figure was 89,000 and has since reached 114,000 in under 3 weeks. So what is it about Indonesian fans that make them so passionate about their players?
We love having Rafa. It's been amazing so far, and it's just, you know, great to have him. Was it a surprise? From a brand perspective, no. Like, I could see what was going to come. It's, you know, the first thing when he signed and I saw those numbers, I'm like, okay, we should be doing a Rafa jersey with his name and number on that you can buy straight away. So we service their market as well and give back to the fans that are now supporting us through Rafa. So, you know, football is changing and the region is changing. And I think the eyeballs and the kind of coverage that Rafa's brought on us is something that we're really, really thankful for. And it's been great to have him on board, and I'm excited to see what comes of it.
For a player to be selected for international duty, they must qualify by their nationality, not where they were born. Stroik is one of many players selected for FIFA World Cup qualifying matches who was actually born outside of Indonesia. In fact, 9 of the 11 players who started the match versus Australia were born in either Belgium or the Netherlands. So will we see other countries with large diasporas also adopt this same method?
We live in such a multicultural society today. Young people are going to have parents, grandparents from a range of different cultures and backgrounds. So I think this is going to be a big change in international football. And I wouldn't be surprised if countries start to have recruitment staff the same way that clubs have them, because they'll be looking at players who could represent the country and then looking to convince them why they should play. And the World Cup's the biggest thing in football. Everyone wants to play at a World Cup, so that's the biggest thing you can offer. And I think with the expanded World Cup, you're now going to see more and more players make themselves available to play for different countries in Asia.
Indonesia's rise up the ranks continues to delight their millions of avid supporters. Let us know if you think the Garuda Warriors can qualify for the next World Cup using the hashtag FootballNowIndonesia 2026. That's all we've got time for here from the Al Bayt Stadium here in Qatar. We'll see you next